We're going to talk about how to test a photocell for proper operation. What you're going to see here is a small space heater. Pretty popular design. You see them at all kinds of box stores. And they're good for small shops. The testing procedure for the photocell is the same whether it's on a pressure washer or whether or not it's on a space heater. A photocell just has the ability to be able to tell whether or not there's light. It acts as a safety circuit. It senses for whether or not there's a flame by the light that it generates and sends a signal back to a control module. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've prepped this unit and I've pulled out the photocell, which typically would actually be inside a bracket. I've went ahead and I pulled it out so that I can access it. I went ahead and I've got my electrical meter already set up to the two wires that come from the photocell. And on the photocell, once you get the wires hooked up, then you're just going to set your meter for resistance. You're going to be checking primarily for continuity. What will happen is that when it's dark, the photocell has a closed circuit. An open circuit. It has an open circuit, does not read continuity. And then when we apply light to it, what will happen is that it won't be a completely closed circuit, but you'll be able to significantly see a change. And so, for example, you can see that we have the wires already hooked up, so I can do this for hands-free operation. You'll see that my meter is already reading OL for open line. And so what I'll do is I'm just simply going to take a regular flashlight. You just take a flashlight, make sure you got some good batteries in it. You're going to turn the light on. And then you're just going to shine that light right inside that photocell. And by shining the light in the photocell, what you're doing is you're actually simulating a fire or a flame. In this case, once the heater would ignite, then the light that the flame puts out would go ahead and do the exact same thing that this flashlight is doing. So when we do that, you can see how the meter is going to change. Okay, I take my flashlight away, it's open line, put my flashlight inside there, and now you can see that we have some continuity, which is good. That's what we're looking for, because that signal, the change, I take the light away, open line, I put the light back in, and I shine light on there, and of course the brighter the light is, then the lower that number is going to be. And you can kind of see what I'm doing here is I put the light on the photocell and then I take it off. Then I put the light on the photocell and I take it off. If you had two hands, you would be able to actually hold that photocell up close to the light and get it right up next to the lens, and then these numbers that you see would actually be lower. So that's with no light and that's with a light. So this photocell is working correctly. If we were to put light to this photocell and nothing changed at all, first thing we'd have to do is just check to make sure that it's clean, because sometimes what happens is spiders like to get in there and they like to make little spider web nests. Dirt gets in there. Painters use this, so you get paint dust inside there, and we just clean that photocell. By cleaning the photocell, what you can do is you take these two wires that are on the back of the rubber boot, and by pushing those wires forward, then you can get the photocell to come all the way outside of the boot. It does have a glass cover on it, so we gently clean it with the cloth. Make sure it's nice and clean. Don't use any chemicals or solvents or sprays. Just wipe it with the cloth. And then you can go ahead and gently pull it back again and then redo your test. If you still are not getting any change in your continuity, then you need to replace that photocell. However, photocells are pretty reliable. Rarely do you have to replace them, but occasionally we do run across that, and that's the test procedure for a photocell, whether it's on a space heater like this or whether it's on a pressure washer.